Hey everyone, to the Collect Jurassic, back with another Dino Trackers toy review. We have the new Wild War Dryptosaurus here, a new carnivore from Mattel as part of their new 2023 Dino Trackers line that's already hitting right now. I got all these Dino Trackers already from Amazon. If you haven't been watching the channel, I've reviewed quite a few already, and Dryptosaurus is the latest one. But again, all from Amazon, so if you want to grab these, hit the link in my caption. You can order them for yourself. But Dryptosaurus here is really cool. All new species from Mattel. Got some really cool coloration on them in hand that I wasn't expecting to see until I actually had the thing and I could look at it with my own eyes. So really excited to get Dryptosaurus out of the box here. This new Dino Trackers packaging looks super, super slick. I love the little iconography they do for all the biomes. This guy's a jungle Dryptosaurus. And you got blue and beta on this front, as well as this color-tinted Jurassic logo. I called this out in my Dryptosaurus review, but I have to show it off again here, just in case you didn't watch that. Every one of these Wild War boxes, depending on what environment is different. So we have mountain here, we have desert here, and then we have the jungle right here in the middle, or forest or whatever. So I love how they're all different environments. That's really, really cool detail. And they all have different backgrounds too. You can see the forest here and the desert here, and of course Dryptosaurus here is going to have that jungle back there too, which is really cool. So I love that every single Wild War box is just a little bit different. On the back, we have the example of how to use the different actions. They call it level of aggression, where if you only press the lever a little bit, he kind of moves and does one sound, but if you push it a lot, he does bigger sounds and his mouth opens. We also have a preview at the entire wave, Dryptosaurus, Eocarcharia, and Chronosaurus, all different biomes. I think Chronosaurus is the only one left after this for me to review from the first wave, which is exciting. I also have the scan app too. But enough about the box. Let's go ahead and get Dryptosaurus out of here and take a look. Also want to do some comparisons of this guy because he's our newest carnivore here from Mattel. So they've given us so many. So here he is without the tail, and you can see the background has like a waterfall and jungles, and then his tail's back there. I just have to get to it. They don't make it easy, but I think if I just peel this plastic back, I can get a hold of the tail. Ooh, the tail has some little sculpting detail on it that I can't wait to look at. All right, so there's the tail. One last look at the box there with the jungle. But look at the tail. It's got these cool spines on it. I didn't know that. It looks like an insect. So he's going to look really cool with that. Just clips on there. Cool. And then you can see he's got the all that sculpting on the back with those spines, those parallel spines that run perpendicular to his body. Pretty cool. So here's Dryptosaurus and in its flesh. Really slick looking paint job. I love the darker colors. It's almost black, honestly, with these highlights of gray. The tail's gray, the arms are gray, and they've done some paint blending from basically the head all the way down to even the tail. So it kind of blends in with the tail. See how it blends back there? Kind of blends around. The bottom doesn't have any paint on it. The head, though, has like a little pop of color, which I think is always fun when they do that. Always reminds me of modern birds when they give them that little treatment. So there's the other side of the head with that little pop of color right there. Looking really, really cool, though. Detail-wise, lots and lots of detail on all these little scales. You can even see through his head all the little scales he has, and he has them even on his underside. Really finely detailed scales all throughout. So that digital sculpting they do now lets them do some crazy stuff with the finer details, which is always pretty fun. Before I forget, I'm going to pull the scan tag out because I know I keep forgetting that. There's the scan tag. It's hidden right there above his legs. You just pull it out, pull it in. There it is. Hides really nicely. We also have that action feature switch right here, which is a little switch. It's pretty conspicuous on him. Some of the figures I feel like it blends in, but he's really, yeah, I mean, it all kind of sticks out for all of them, but the plastic's a little shinier, so it really sticks out there. I love this guy's face with his mouth closed. It just looks really cool. He doesn't look like an angry dinosaur. Sometimes they make their figures to look just angry or evil, and he looks like he's got kind of a natural expression on him. But let's go ahead and do his levels of aggression, as they call it. So just moving it a little bit. He kind of makes some softer noises. If we move it a lot, he's kind of quiet. So you can see his head there opening up. Even looks cool open. Wow, that looks awesome, right? What a cool looking dinosaur. I mean, his bottom teeth completely hide in his jaw, right? But when you open him up, you can see him, and he's got a great little side profile there too. He's got the painted teeth and the painted tongue and all that stuff. So he's cool though. He's got all these spines all the way from his tip of his nose all the way down to his tail, and of course the tail, they extend outward perpendicular with the body. So that's definitely a detail we don't have on any of the other dinosaurs yet. And he's cool. He's nice size. You know, though I got a mercenary here. So he's a nice size. He's not too small. He's cool. I really like his colors. I just wish I could make his mouth pose open permanently, because I like the way his mouth is open. I've been saying it though. I like on these new Dino Trackers figures that the mouth starts off shut and then the action makes it open. Oftentimes, like a Mega Raptor here from Dominion line, their mouth stays open, but you do an action feature to activate it. It's opposite with Dino Trackers. Their mouth starts closed, and you have to do the action to open it. So I actually prefer it that way. But yeah, here's Mega Raptor 2 if you want to do size comparison for them. They're technically the same price. Well, they are the same price, so they're going to match in size pretty well. I love the Mega Raptor figure, by the way. Definitely one of my favorite figures from the Dominion line. Even though it has nothing to do with the movie, such a cool figure. So, but yeah, here they are right next to each other, pretty similarly sized. The paint budget on Dryptosaurus does seem to be a little bit more involved with all the different paint colorations and blending they did for it. So that's really cool that they've managed to do that. Articulation wise, he's got the legs that move, independently so he can run. I've noticed these figures have great balance too. The Eocarcharia and the Signotyrannus had really nice balance. It looks like Dryptosaurus does too. Some really nice balance. So his legs move back and forth. They go in and out too, which lets you do a couple more different poses. The arms obviously twist front and back independently of one another, but they also have a joint that lets them shift up too, so you can do some, wider scratching and things like that. And then the tail rotates where you connected it if you had any reason to do that. The head, all that is tied to the action feature, so you're not gonna be able to move that or pose that without getting crafty. But I like to use paper clips and toothpicks and stuff like that, and you can usually kind of wedge a mouth open or something like that. So yeah, he's awesome. I love his open mouth. He just looks really, really cool with that splash of color. So I love that they are making so many new species this year, but this would be another great candidate for a repaint down the line, just because it is such a cool mold. And we've seen, even with Rahasaurus getting so many repaints, they really depending on what coloration they put on it, you can really make a cool mold even cooler. So it'd be cool to see them do that with Dryptosaurus, though. I don't know how they top this really cool splash of color on the head and all that too, though. So but yeah, right now, when it comes to Dino Trackers, I have tracked down, pun intended, quite a few of the figures already. But you'll notice a trend here. They're all theropods. They're all carnivores, bipedal carnivores with, front claws. There's just not a lot of variation quite yet. Of course, we have Diabloceratops too, which adds a little bit of variation. But right now, my line is not looking very diverse in terms of dinosaur types. Got to get my hands on Stegosaurus and Kronosaurus and all that. But I got a nice little family of dinosaurs all together anyway right now with Dino Trackers. Of course, you can check the reviews out for all these on my YouTube channel, but Dryptosaurus is the latest and greatest to join the club, and it's an awesome looking toy. I'm pretty impressed with it. I don't know. I'm not going to say it's probably my favorite from this wave so far because I'm just getting into it, but it's definitely way cooler in person than the pictures gave it justice for. So one more time, I'll show you that level of aggression. Really soft noises. Then you do the big one. So bigger roars and all that stuff. So Dryptosaurus. Really cool figure. But yeah, that's my review for the Dino Escape Dryptosaurus. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'm Tim with Collect Jurassic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.